Hey guys, while I'm warming up the grill, gonna do some burgers and dogs for the kids. I wanted to address something that I've seen a lot in the comments here over the last 24 to 36 hours. So it seems as there's some confusion on Donald Trump's executive order on protecting the Second Amendment. A lot of people seem to have some confusion of what an executive order is and what it's not. Because I did a video this morning about the veterans' rights that are under attack again from the VA and have been since the Obama administration, on and off, and the attack's back on again. So watch that video. But there have been a lot of comments similar to, hey, Donald Trump signed that executive order, so why is this even a thing? So I figured while I'm waiting for the grill to warm up, we'll have this, I guess, little chat here. First off, an executive order is just an order from the executive, just what it sounds like. It's not even worth the paper it's written on in most cases. I'll tell you how it could be worth anything, if it is at all, but it's just an order from the corner office, just like the boss where you work puts out an order. That's an executive order. The owner puts out something from like a sports team. That's an executive order. That's all it is. It's just a policy change or a directive. It doesn't do anything. The only way that what Donald Trump signed the other day will have any bite is, if you didn't see the video, I'll pin it, but he directed Attorney General Bondi and the Department of Justice to look back at the last 4 years of Biden policies for the Second Amendment and to come up with a plan within 30 days on how to address those infringements. It doesn't do anything other than that. And those are things that the Attorney General should be doing anyway. If you watched any of these cabinet members being sworn in, they all took the same oath. Pam Bondi's was to defend and uphold and defend the United States Constitution. And I got some pushback on a video I did about Pam Bondi the other day, where I'm still critical about her defending red flag laws, because red flag laws are the biggest unconstitutional risk we have here when it comes to the Second Amendment. Yeah, it's a bad thing, and there are a lot of people, for whatever reason, some people are mesmerized by her, the individual. Some think she's hot, just reading the comments. And some think that she's just doing her job. Her job was to uphold the law of Florida when she was the Florida Attorney General. And that's bullshit. The Attorney General is the chief law enforcement officer or agent, depending on the state. And their job is still to uphold and defend the United States Constitution. It's not to continue to employ and defend unconstitutional laws. So yes, Jared is still critical of Pam Bondi. Jared still doesn't trust her as far as I could throw her when it comes to our Second Amendment. Nor I'm the same way with Donald Trump. I was very critical of him and some of the things he did or said in his first term. So for those who are newer to the channel, there's some background for you. I was very critical of Donald Trump in his first term. I will be critical of him if he doesn't stand by things he said or if he does any action against the Second Amendment. Just like I am on any politician. I'm still critical of Tulsi Gabbard, even though I think she will be phenomenal if she is confirmed to be the head of the intelligence community. I think that she isn't great for some offices because she actually voted against the Second Amendment while she was a member of Congress. Don't care if she's cute, don't care if she had 3 guns, don't care if she does the tactical games. She voted against the Constitution. She voted against the Second Amendment. So, and there's room for conversation. She could always say something in public saying that she made a mistake. She has kind of gotten to that line of addressing it, but she's never really addressed it at all. She did say that her views are different. That's fine. I've changed my views on a lot of things. If you're a longtime member of this community, this channel, I didn't always think that nonviolent felons should get any of their rights back. But through dealing with viewers over the years, my mind has changed on that. I was able to see things differently. It's called being a human and actually being an adult. And we're almost at temp for the burgers, but an executive order isn't worth the paper it's written on. So the next executive can undo the previous executive's orders, just like Biden's undoing all of just like Trump is undoing all of Biden's orders, just like Biden undid all of Trump's orders, and Trump undid most of Obama's orders. It just perpetuates. The only thing that stops that is a law passed by Congress. So getting bills through these houses, the House and the Senate, through the chambers rather, it's big. That's what needs to be done. And to think that just because Republicans, Team Red, has the majority in the House and the Senate and in the corner office, that we're home free. You guys don't think that. That's if you are thinking that, you haven't been paying attention to politics, because this is the time we actually need to put our pedal to the metal and fight harder for our rights to gain back some of that lost ground, using things like the Bruin decision. So support those who support you. The lawsuits that are going to be coming out, I know a couple of them from our groups that we know and love, are going to be something we need to get behind. And if you want to stay up to date with what our groups are doing, check out my new series with the heads of those groups. It's called Freedom Under Fire. The 4th episode will be coming up soon. The first 3 involved Eric Pratt from Gun Owners of America, Adam Kraut from Second Amendment Foundation, and Cody Wisniewski from Firearms Policy Coalition Action Foundation. And we got more coming. So the executive order doesn't change anything, guys and gals. Know that. Please understand that if you got nothing else out of this other than I like to eat burgers and make steaks, understand that executive orders aren't worth the paper they're written on. It comes down to constitutional laws passed by Congress, and they must pass constitutional muster too. We should never, ever want whoever's in the corner office to dictate our laws, to dictate our rights. So just wanted to give you all an update. 7 minutes of rambling here while I'm waiting, and I'm getting cold. But hopefully this clears it up. An executive order is nothing. It doesn't have any weight of law, just like the rules that the ATF tried under the Biden administration. They don't hold the weight of law either, and most of them have been decimated in the court system, and that is continuing. How can Pam Bondi actually utilize this executive order to make any type of ground? Well, being the head of the DOJ, she could stop prosecution in a lot of these, or stop the defense in a lot of these cases that have been brought by these groups suing the ATF, and she could do that very, very easily. Now, as far as the other things, she could roll back any of the rules passed by ATF by saying the DOJ doesn't agree, or that they're unconstitutional and stuff like that. So that's the only way that this executive order has any teeth to it. And even still, the next executive can change that and start that process again, which is why we need laws. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully this helps to clarify some things, clear things up. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for your support. Be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. We don't get our rights from whoever's in the corner office or from government, guys and gals. We had them before there was a government. We give the government the ability to carry out things on our behalf. That's what the Constitution is. If you haven't read the Constitution, do it. If you have read it and haven't read it in the last 60 days, do it again. I appreciate y'all. And teach your kids. Teach your kids, because they're not learning it in school. See you on the next one. Take care.